Hey guys, today I'm filming my May book haul, and yet again I managed to acquire a lot of books, which was not what I planned. So here we go. The first book I got is Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the fourth and final book in her Raven cycle. You probably already know what the story of the Raven cycle is about. It's about Blue and her Raven boys, and they're on a mission to find this Welsh king that is supposed to be asleep on the ley line, and if you wake him up, he will grant you a wish. I really love this series. I have a review on it and I will link it down below in case you want to check it out. The next book I got is The Hidden Oracle by Riordan. This is book 1 in a 5-book series called The Trials of Apollo. Apollo managed to anger Zeus, and as his punishment he is sent to Earth as a human teenage boy. He has to make amends before he can become a god again. The next book I got is A Book of Spirits and Thieves by Rhodes. This is a spin-off series to her well-known Fallen Kingdom series. Now, since I haven't read those books yet, I did not check the synopsis of this one because I do not want to get spoiled, but I will link the Goodreads page down below in case you want to check it out. Another book I got is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. This is a story of a young lady in Regency, England. And she is looking for a husband, but instead she finds demons, which sounds very intriguing, and I hope I get to this book soon. I really love this cover, it's such a nice one. The next book is from one of my favorite contemporary young adult authors, and it's Matson's The Unexpected Everything. This is about a politician's daughter. She has her summer plans all worked out when a scandal ruins them, and she has to deal with that. I really love these covers. I love Matson and her writing. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour is one of my favorite books of all time. I just love her descriptions, and I can't wait to pick this one up. Now, May 3rd was a busy day for publishers, and the next book that came out on that day is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is a continuation of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which tells the story of Feyre, who kills a fairy and as her punishment gets to spend the rest of her days in fairy realms. Now, obviously this is a sequel, so I'm not going to tell you anything more about it because I would spoil you, but I do have a review, so in case you've read it, you can check it out. I will link it down below. The next book I have is also by Sarah J. Maas, and it's The Queen of Shadows. Now, I had these in paperback, but I love them so much I decided to buy them in hardcover. This is book 4 in her Throne of Glass series. The series tells the story of Selena, who is the world's greatest assassin. In book 1 we get to see her imprisoned, and she gets the chance to get her freedom back, but she has to compete in this challenge, and if she wins she becomes the royal assassin and gets her freedom back. This is obviously book 4, so not telling you anything about it. The next 3 books I'm going to show you were bought with a gift card that my friends gave to me for my birthday, so thank you guys for that, I appreciate it very much. The first book I bought with their gift card is Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. This is a story of Oliver who escapes a workhouse and ends up with a bunch of thieves. It's a well-known story and I've yet to read it. I love these Penguin English Library editions. They're so beautiful and they look so great on the shelves. The next book I got is Peter Newman's The Vagrant. Apparently this is a story about a guy who goes around with a baby and a sword, and he doesn't talk, which is not much, but it sounds very intriguing, and yeah, I can't wait to get to it. And I love this cover though. And the last book I got with their gift card is Paul Hoffman's The Last 4 Things. This is book 2 in the Left Hand of God trilogy. Honestly, I don't know much about these books. I haven't heard much about them on BookTube either, but this cover just looks so gorgeous. And since I have the first one, I decided to buy the second one and see how these books are. The next book I got is another Penguin English Library edition, and it's also by Charles Dickens, and it's David Copperfield. This is a book about David, and apparently it's the greatest coming-of-age story, so I'm looking forward to reading it. And it's another gorgeous cover. I just love these spines, they're so beautiful. And the next book is Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. This is the 3rd book in her Cormoran Strike series. Now, in case you don't know, Cormoran Strike is a private detective, and with his assistant Robin, he solves murders. This installment is somewhat more personal for Cormoran and Robin because the murderer actually involves them in his evil deeds, and they're under a lot more pressure to solve these murders than before. and I love this cover, I love this book, and at the end there is sort of a cliffhanger, and if you read this book you know what I mean. Anyway, that's all for me today. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!